What's up, everybody? Mike Ham here with another episode of Greetings from the Garden State. We are here in Livingston, New Jersey today at Sitting Pretty Intimates with Christine Dutcher. Christine, welcome to the show.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing great.
So glad to be here.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. Yeah, this is a place that I would never go to here. I texted my girlfriend before, just before you got here, and I was like, I'm standing outside a lingerie store by myself, so I look like kind of, not great. It's not a good look for me. But let's talk about, just do what Sitting Pretty Intimates is, if they didn't catch that when I just said it.
I'm glad to actually hear you say that about men, because we really like to make it more inviting for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, with men, we certainly sell convenience. Once they get comfortable to come into the store, and we just basically will do the shopping for you. We'll wrap your things, and we actually keep record of your wife or your significant other's sizes. So it makes it easy for you on birthdays, holidays, whatever it is. So we don't want men to be intimidated. And I think once we get the ball rolling with men, they tell their friends, and they want it easy. They just want to stick it under their Christmas tree, or they want to, just put it on their pillow when it's their birthday. So
But what are the types of things that they would be shopping for here?
So we carry sleepwear, which you can get a nice pajama for your wife. You can certainly get something sexy for your wife. You can also, we carry very high-end socks. We carry, mid-range socks. We carry a lot of intimate apparel, bras, panties, swimwear, shapewear. So those are really our niches right at the moment.
Right.
So we might expand, you never know, but...
So what was your background, before starting Sitting Pretty? What were you doing before that? Were you always in lingerie, sleepwear? Is that an industry that you could be in? I didn't even know that.
Yes, absolutely. Of course. It's there's actually a lot that goes with intimate apparel. And sometimes when people even come to work, they're a little overwhelmed by what there is to learn.
Yeah.
So my expertise, I have 30 years in the business, almost. And I've been on all different sides of the business. I've been on, I worked at specialty stores. I helped with managing them. I did the surgical aspect of it. I have also done more of the buying. I actually taught seminars. I ran seminars. I used to work for Macy's. I was a district fit coordinator. I had 20 something stores. Just prior to here, I actually managed and opened up the Walkhall store in Short Hills Mall.
Okay.
So I have a very extensive background when it comes to fitting, and when it comes to, it's really, we're finding solutions constantly for women.
Right.
And a little bit of therapy in those dressing rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, just because I've never really shopped at a store like this, like I mentioned before, I didn't even know that was a thing. But then the more I think about it, it's I get fitted for suits, or if I go to a wedding for a tux.
Exactly.
So how is it any different? You still want to look good, feel good, do good.
It's absolutely very much the same.
Yeah.
And the thing is, first of all, we're all about making women feel good about themselves, whatever their body is, and just be the best version of them. In fact, in our dressing rooms, we have little blurbs of all of that.
Yeah.
It's actually, just the best version of them. So we help them feel great about themselves.
Right.
We make sure whatever their comfort level is, not every woman is comfortable taking their clothes off and say, hey, measure me for a bra. But we kind of, it's a very intimate setting.
Yeah.
I mean, literally and figuratively.
Right, exactly.
So we do make them, face the wall so that, we could be behind them and actually help them put on a bra properly. And there is a lot of technique to that, believe it or not.
Sure, right. And then, so what led to opening up your own place? Why did you be hey, I'm going to, get out of working for other people and open up my own shop with my own product, maybe not your own products, but just your own store?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, I've always had such a passion for this. I truly always wanted to help women. And I feel like this is truly a business where, women could support other women. And I again, I just want women to feel great about themselves. I want them to be the best versions of them and, feel good about what they're buying. Literally feel uplifted.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
in every sense
That
of
could
the
be like
word.
a catchphrase for this place. Feel uplifted. Yeah.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's really the truth. But that's kind of was my calling. And I have a very good neighbors, actually, which is why I selected this specific location. Sherry Amster is a very nice boutique, and I've worked with her customers for some time, actually, through doing events. And also there's a lot of there's Duet, who is a very nice store on our corner. We also have a very high-end hair salon, Dossie, that's beautiful. Women, well, her and her husband own it. Also, there's Bake With Me. There's Code Ninja. There's a really nice store right next door that it's not a store, but it's more of like a music place for kids.
Right.
So there's a lot of support here, and I really feel like that was a great place to kind of like off the beaten path. And also Livingston has, I think there's been a little bit of a void here because there was a store that used to be here some time ago, maybe about 3 years ago, that used to specialize in bra fittings and used to, help women with different kind of undergarments and shapewear and lingerie, sleepwear, all of that.
Yeah.
So that, I feel like there was really a niche. So Livingston, definitely was, and all the pieces of the puzzle kind of just fit, and we landed here.
Yeah, love it. And then, so talk to me also about like the types of products. So like I see like the socks over here are Falky. Is that how you say that?
Falky, yes.
Close.
Falky, yes.
And then like, you obviously have like different stuff. So like, how do you, I mean, maybe just because like, because you've been in the business for a while, but like, how do you know like which ones you want to get for your store to provide to your customers? Like which, is that just like from experience?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I carry a lot of different brands. There are certain brands that actually are specific to maybe more full figure. There are some that more specialize in more t-shirt bras. We carry a lot of Wacoal. We carry a lot of Natori. We carry different Costabella. We carry a lot of different brands, actually, that probably people have never even heard of. Aspen Dream, long story short, those are some of like sleepwear. Claudel, Montel, Flirt. We have a lot of different brands. We actually just started carrying Hanro, which is beautiful, a higher end, one of the finest cottons you could buy for sleepwear. They carry, and also they do panties and some bras and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
And then talk to me also about like the space, because we were talking a little bit about that before. Like you got the cool legs wallpaper on the wall, and it's like everything is very like neutral and kind of like toned down, because then everything else that's the products actually pop a lot. So talk to me about that. Was that coming from experience too, like seeing how different stores succeeded in that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically the designs of our store is we have these cute little arches, in our store, and we carry, a lot of more fashion pieces. We're kind of like out in the open, and then we have a whole stock room filled of like more neutral things. So I would say our fashion pieces are more like front and in your face also. We also have this wallpaper, actually, that it's kind of like our signature, in fact.
Right. I honestly, like, when you mentioned it, I think I like saw it, but it didn't like register in my brain. And then the more I look at it, like now I just can't stop looking at it.
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
wallpaper.
It's perfect for
Exactly.
This place.
So the wallpaper is very subtle, and we're the only ones that have it because it's custom.
Oh.
So, in the future, when we open up more stores, this is kind of like our branding.
Right.
And it's not in your face, like too obnoxious, but it's people kind of see it.
Yeah, right.
And it's cute, and they really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. And so, I just lost my train of thought, but future stuff, like, so goals, how long, that's my question. How long have you been open here?
So we've been open only like a month or so.
Right. So we're recording this in December. This is going to post probably like beginning of February, end of January somewhere. So maybe like 2 or 3 months at that point, whatever
Exactly.
that math is. Yeah.
Right. We'll be open probably about 2 or 3 months at that point.
Right. And how's that been? Like being a new business, going out on your own, like totally different experience, I would imagine, right? Than
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, it makes me feel, I really feel comfortable, like I'm in my niche. And I can definitely tell you, I am so blessed to have such long time customers, and my family and friends, and everybody has been spreading the word and super supportive. I can't tell you how blessed I feel. I'm very, very, very thankful that I have the support group that I have.
Yeah.
And customers have been coming to me forever. I mean, almost some of them have been around for close to 30 years. I've been helping them from when I originally started in a
like
specialty
following you
store.
around to all these different places, basically.
Exactly.
Wow, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's been wonderful. And of course, when women are happy, they certainly spread the word.
Exactly. Definitely. And if they're unhappy, then they would also spread the word too. But that's like with everybody.
So that's why we're going to just keep them happy here.
Right,
It's
exactly.
sitting pretty.
Exactly. Love it. All right, so that's going to be our first segment. We're going to take a short break, and we're
Okay.
going to be right back. This is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We're here at Sitting Pretty Intimates in Livingston, New Jersey with Christine Dutcher. We'll be right back. It is time for Today in New Jersey History. On February 7th, 1735, Aaron Hankinson was born in Matawan, New Jersey. He was a military officer in the Sussex County Militia and later served in the New Jersey General Assembly from 1782 to 1786, and then again from 1788 to 1792. Hankinson would pass away on October 9th, 1806 in Stillwater Township. And that is Today in New Jersey History. All right, we're back. This is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We're here at Sitting Pretty Intimates. That's hard to say real fast because I jump all over my words. In Livingston, New Jersey, with Christine Dutcher. So Christine, in the first segment, we kind of talked about the background of the business. We talked about your background, different things that people can come to expect when they walk in here.
Sure.
But let's talk about maybe someone that's coming in for the first time ever. Like a woman that comes in and she's used to shopping at like a big box type place.
Yes.
And coming in here and getting just a totally different experience, a more intimate, Sitting Pretty Intimates experience.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that. Like, what can someone expect coming in here for the first time and kind of avoid that intimidation level?
Sure. So when people come in, I mean, we certainly, small talk to make them feel super comfortable. And the environment we create here is a very, good energy where people feel like they are wanting to shop and feel comfortable. Because obviously, I mean, it's difficult to get people to, feel comfortable with you. But I feel like that's definitely something that I have a talent for.
Yeah.
And you just, people are super friendly and you want to help them, and we really provide service, and people want service today.
Right.
It's really hard to find, which is why, they'd come to a specialty store.
Yeah.
So that is a big thing. We actually go to the end of the road to be able to satisfy them.
Yeah.
And we want them to feel comfortable. We want, in every sense of the word, like when they're buying new bras, we want them to be fitted properly. They want, they're looking for something that makes them feel comfortable. And there are different bras, for different reasons. And I try to explain to them, really in theory, you should have 8 bras a year. And throw them out every year. You should have at least one strapless. You should have at least one sport bra. And then you should have 6 everyday bras. So 3 every 6 months.
Okay.
So if you do like 1 to wear, 1 to wash, and 1 to rest, everyday bras every 6 months. Right. So and you can kind of mix the colors. So you kind of have
Some variety
that works under all types of clothing.
Yeah. And so that's interesting. And how, I mean, just again, because I haven't shopped here, like what's the experience of someone that comes in here, does a fitting with you and all that kind of stuff, and maybe has been going and shopping at, like those big box type places, and just being like, oh, this is my size, I'm just going to buy this, and then getting it home. And is it like a life-changing thing? Is it like a renaissance of just like, oh my God, I didn't know I could feel this good? Let
me tell you something. So the importance of coming to a specialty store that knows, the different types of bras, and knows it's not only, because bras all fit differently. So a lot of times women will come in and say, oh, I'm a 34 double D. And it's not always the case in every single style bra. They all fit differently. So it's important that you put them on. And because we're working with them all day, literally we know what fits a little tight around the back, what is a little bit more forgiving in the cup or things like that. So it's very good to have somebody who is knowledgeable with all the brands and how they fit. It's not even specific to a company. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I mean, the women really leave beyond happy.
Right.
So we make sure that everything, and we'll be the first to tell them, hey, that's not a good choice for you.
Right.
I can get something better. And we try to give them a variety. We also try to get them a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Sure.
So if they come in for a t-shirt bra, and then they leave with something maybe a little more sexy, and of course the t-shirt bra they came for.
Yeah.
So that's always nice because it gets them a little out of their comfort zone and they feel so great in it.
Right. Are there and this is just me being unaware, are there common mistakes that people make when they're shopping for that? Like that kind of stuff?
Well, I don't know if it's common mistakes, but again, I think sizing, people are kind of fixated sometimes on a size and they think everything fits the same way.
Gotcha.
So more so, I guess, in that regard, yes. But I mean, and plus, there's a whole technique as to how you should get into a bra, the way a bra should look when it's fitted properly on you. Women are always supposed to lean forward into the bra so that they get past the wire if they're wearing a wire. The other thing is, too, we carry a lot of different categories. We do a lot today with non-underwire, and, that's definitely a growing category.
Yeah.
Because I think women, they want the support and they could definitely get it in a non-underwire, which they didn't believe before. So we have wire, we have non-wire, we have, unlined, lined, there's so many different, styles and options. And we make sure that we are making sure we have enough variety for every size, every woman, so that they can leave with exactly what they need.
Right. And then, so then maybe once they get in here, they feel comfortable, they're all that kind of stuff, maybe what kind of goes it, what are the steps? Are there general steps that you kind of go through to make sure that they fit right?
Absolutely. So we always do a measurement if people are comfortable, and we always, have that conversation. It's important to have that dialogue. So, because you don't know what somebody is going to feel comfortable with. But typically, I mean, women come in here and they would love to be fitted. They want to know their size. They want to know what's going to make them look good under their clothes. So we do a measurement, of course. And it doesn't take long to do a fitting. And then we would help them get into their bras the proper way and show them what is correct about the way a bra should fit properly and what's not right. Because sometimes they'll put it on, they'll be, sticking out somewhere or what have you. And then, we'd have to get them a different size.
Right.
So, but they typically feel comfortable. Like I said, I mean, the most important thing is we make them feel comfortable by having them face the wall so that we can't see them. And we can actually help them behind them by putting the bra over their head. They put their arms in, lean forward, we hook it, make sure it's, the right, tightness, I guess, if you will, within the back. And then there's a technique. Really, you're supposed to be on the loosest, possibly the middle hook, but never, ever, ever buy a bra on the tightest hook.
Got it.
So, because as you wash and wear them, they do loosen up with time. So, and there's supposed to be, some sort of measurement, from the crease in your arm to your shoulder. In between those 2 points should be where the height of your breasts are. And there's a lot of, when people put on a top and things like that, they'll see the difference.
Yeah.
And then literally they want to buy every bra we have.
Right. So also for the fellas out there that are listening to this, we mentioned before about how, you try to make it as easy as possible for someone like me coming into a store like this, not knowing anything, maybe outside of the size.
Right.
But does that present interesting challenges too? I know you mentioned that you gotta keep sizes on file, but if I'm shopping here and my girlfriend's never been here,
that's a great
and I'm
question.
hey, she's this size, can you help?
So if you're a gentleman who's coming, to shop, number one, I would definitely encourage you, look in her lingerie drawer and see sizing and, maybe look in her closet and see what size she wears. Because a lot of times guys will come in and it's so wonderful. Sometimes they think, we're a smaller size. Sometimes they,
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we are definitely getting the proper information so we can help them accordingly. So definitely look in your significant other's drawers so you can see sizing. So we have a starting point.
Right.
And then we kind of walk you through it because they would be certain band size, according to even like sometimes their clothing size.
Yeah.
So, but again, and then you'll be able to see kind of the styling that
Sure.
she likes and
Right.
prefers. But we do have a very, easy return policy, tags on it 30 days. You're more than welcome to, return or do an exchange. The other thing is too, I would think that if you look exactly like what she has in her drawers and things like that, again, she's going to be able to, you're going to find what she typically gravitates towards, and that would help us. So the more information that you could kind of bring to us, the better we can help you. But you can always get a gift card.
That's true. Yeah. Gift card
for
would
fittings.
be helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because most guys, they want their women to actually, have nice bras and to be uplifted, look good in their clothes.
Right.
So I just think sometimes it's difficult. But I think it would be easy for guys to come in and get a gift card and say, hey, honey, this is for a new bra fitting.
Yeah. But I do think the gift card's great. And I do think that it goes it's like next level if you actually bring something home.
Without a doubt.
Holy shit, you figured this out? How did you know? That kind of thing.
Yes.
I think that would be good too.
And it's funny because it's interesting, and this is my advice to women. Do not discourage your man from bringing you things that are nice, because if we can always make a size exchange, but try not to discourage them. If they're selecting something for you, it's because, they would appreciate you having it, or they would appreciate you in it, or any of those things. So sometimes women, I feel like, are very quick to shoot a guy down after, they buy them this gift, and then it scars the guy forever.
He'll never buy it again.
He will never buy it again.
And so when we're talking about this stuff, when a guy comes in, making him feel comfortable to pick something that he likes, that he would like to see his woman in. Is there a hesitation there? Do they, is it
well,
maybe it depends on the guy, I guess.
I think it depends on the guy, of course. But again, I think everybody that works here at Sitting Pretty, that's our thing. We are very talkative, and we're fine with making you feel comfortable. And maybe it's not, the very risque lingerie. Maybe it's something kind of in between. Maybe it's not the old, sweatpants that your wife has been wearing, but maybe something, a more attractive pajama or something. Right. Getting her a little bit more comfortable, kind of like a meeting place would be a good, I think, solution. Kind of you meet in the middle, and then maybe it'll encourage her a little bit more to, get the things that you're more drawn to.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Okay, great. So that was a great segment. So we're going to take our second break, our last break of this episode. So this is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We're here at Sitting Pretty Intimates in Livingston, New Jersey with Christine Dutcher. We'll be right back. It is time for your New Jersey fun fact of the day. Did you know that in September 1921, the very first Miss America pageant was held on the boardwalk in Atlantic City? And that is your New Jersey fun fact of the day. And we're back. This is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We're here at Sitting Pretty Intimates in Livingston, New Jersey with Christine Dutcher. It's the second segment that I've messed up the intro for, but that's okay. So I talk all the time. But so right now, in our third segment for every episode, we always talk about the community, tying whatever business or place that we're talking to back to the community and how they get themselves involved with the community. Yes. So being a new business in town, one of the things that I know that you're doing are a lot of events. Yes. You've done, I think you have one coming up soon that's more geared towards men. I know that you've done some wine tasting events either in the past or coming up, yes. I forget. So talk to me about when you started the business, how important was, I didn't even know that they had bra fitting events, stuff like that. Yes. I didn't know that was a thing. So talk to me about that and making sure that people were educated about that you're here, what you do, all that kind of stuff.
Yes. So of course, getting the word out is super important for us. We want to make sure, obviously, that our customers do know that we're here, and they're spreading the word, and the community has been very instrumental in assisting with that. All of my neighboring businesses here have been extremely supportive. A lot of them have been, are women owned, which is wonderful. But yeah, we do a lot of events actually, and that's where a lot of our business comes from. We're very fortunate. We do anything pretty much in terms of getting groups together. We do private, like VIP shopping events when girls just want to get out and get together, and we'll do like a little, maybe appetizers or maybe a candy bar. We did a mother and daughter event. That's always fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of times, mothers want to get their daughters ready for college, and they'll send them with all new bras to college. We've done events for men. That's actually been very interesting. We've had a mobile cigar lounge here, and we have, so we would easily, they would come and do their selections, and then they would go and hang out over in the cigar lounge, mobile cigar lounge, and watch football.
Okay, cool.
Maybe have a drink, and we would do all of the legwork where we, would ring up everything, and we'd wrap everything, and basically, if they wanted to do a drive-by, and we throw it in their car.
Like frisbee it right out the door into their window.
Men love that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we've also been very involved with the community too. We definitely work with different charities.
Okay.
We've worked with Dress for Success. I have previously worked with Dress for Success in different capacity, not in this store. We've worked with Susan G. Komen. We also have worked with the Valerie Fund in the past. And, I intend to bring all of those events too. We've worked with the breast cancer, I'm trying to think what it's called. The breast cancer centers at the different hospitals.
Okay, yeah.
That has been actually, very good for us because we raise money.
Sure, right.
So we'll run an event maybe for a week. And if they say that they're from that organization, then a percentage of the proceeds would go towards whatever organization they, are with.
Yeah.
So that has been very good for us. And, it's people getting together in small groups, but still, even with the COVID days now,
Sure, right.
we're respectful of that, but still, it's people getting that interaction, which I think is really healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I think, and we were kind of talking about this off air, but just like one of the things you mentioned earlier in the episode about, having people that have been coming to you for this stuff for as long as you've been in the industry.
Yes.
So to me, like that is like that's the Sitting Pretty Intimates community.
Yes.
Like the Christine Dutcher community.
Thank you.
And I think that's really cool because it just shows, that like I feel like a place like this has to establish a lot of trust with its clientele.
For sure.
Whether it's just like if it's going to fit good or not, whether they feel comfortable in here or not, all that kind of stuff. So talk to me about like, it's obvious, but talk to me about the importance and of that, and like how that kind of maybe played into even opening up this business because you wanted your people to have a place to go to see you directly.
Of course. Yes, I'm so grateful I have such an amazing following, and it's because of all of my years' experience, truly.
Yeah.
And I have such a passion for what I do. Right. I really, really do. I really love when women feel great about themselves, and exactly like whatever is the best form of them. So with that being said, I think, and I'm very genuine when I'm happy to tell somebody, no, let's get something that looks a little bit better on you, or let's get something that fits a little bit different. And when they walk out of here, they're very confident in their purchase, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have people that it's not only my direct customers, but in terms of them branching out and telling so many other women, that has been tremendous for me in growing my business. And, I partner up too with a lot of different businesses. We do like even little pop-up shops or promoting of the other stores in the community.
Right.
we intend to continue doing that. In fact, somebody from another store in Livingston actually just contacted me, and they're so game to do an event together. So
Very
we
cool.
cross promote. My feeling is, I want everybody to succeed. As many people around me succeed. And I'm not worried about the competition either, because I don't even focus on any of that. I just stay in my lane and there's plenty of business for everybody to succeed.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. I would want that for everyone.
Right. And so is this a thing too where like people can go and, shop for this stuff like online, or is this more of just like you have to come in type of thing?
So there are some brands that I carry that actually will not even allow you to sell online.
Okay.
So we were contemplating doing that, and I decided not to because I really prefer to actually give service. And even if that means to virtually shop with somebody in the store on a FaceTime call, and then send things or hand deliver to them if they're locally. We really go over and above to try to satisfy the customer.
Right.
So I would say that, at this time, we've opted not to do the online business.
Yeah. Because that takes away from I feel like this is an experiential store.
Sure.
It's not just like you're going to go online and be like, buy 6 bras for like, $20 and like just get them Amazon delivered to my door.
Exactly.
It's like coming in, meeting you, gaining the trust, all that kind of stuff. And that's what goes into building the community, right?
Yes. And you really should be fitted like every 6 months. So as a rule of thumb. So that's good to come in like every 6 months, because women's bodies change.
Sure.
Either, if we gain weight, lose weight, or, hormones changes and they have babies, and there's a lot of different factors that make, that change sizes.
Yeah.
That would change their size. And with that, I think that, it's very important that they come in and, be fitted properly. But again, if there is a certain bra that they love and it's, by Natori or Wacol or Montel or what have you, and they want more and we ship them, of course, we're going to give them the service that they're looking for.
Yeah. So if we can go back for a second to like the first time customer coming in and what to expect, because we're going to make sure they know like where to go, like the address here, the website, and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
So like if they come in, the fitting, like is there like a cost involved with the fitting? Is there
Great
that
question.
kind of stuff? And then like how does that work?
So some places do charge a cost, but we don't charge a cost for fitting.
Okay.
So we just, obviously are in hopes that, customers buy bras and some make a purchase while they're here.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it's fair to charge somebody. But first time customer, our goal is to really get them in the fitting room just to make sure that they're, we sell them the right size and that they're getting exactly what they're looking for. And maybe sometimes a little of what they didn't come for, but they found that they loved.
Yeah.
So that is really pretty much our goal. But everyone should pretty much feel very comfortable walking in this store. Like I said, I think that it is a very welcoming place. We're here to give service and to accommodate you the best way we possibly can.
Yeah.
I know we spoke a little bit this morning in regards to did you find the place easily?
Yeah, right.
And we kind of are on the side of the building, which is sometimes could be a little bit difficult for people to see. But Shari Amster is on our corner. When you pull down that driveway, we are on the side of the building. So I think that, once people once they have an understanding of where we are, it's very easy to find.
Yeah. And so what's the address that they could put in to like the GPS?
Sure. So we are at 97 South Livingston Avenue, and we're Suite C. So we are right next to Do Re Mi, which is a children's music school. And we're also right next to Shari Amster. So in between those two, you will be able to find Sitting Pretty Intimates.
Okay. And then website. Let's get the website.
Sure. We do have a website, and it's www.sittingprettyintimates.com. And you can actually make an appointment right on our website.
Okay.
Which makes things very easy.
Do they need an appointment to come and do a fitting, or can they just walk right in?
They can walk in. We would never tell anyone they couldn't shop.
Right.
But we do have specific hours actually for appointments, which I think people people really like.
Right.
We have like a 9 to 11. That's for specific appointment times, like for bra fittings or private shopping. Then from 11 to 4 are more like your public walk-in hours.
Sure.
So from 4 to 6, a lot of times we either do events or we do, again, private shopping. We do a lot of weddings too.
Yeah.
Like bridal parties and things like that, that come and can do, everybody can get fitted for their undergarments, for their dresses. So, yeah, I mean, we are doing different things and we are definitely service oriented. So you can come here and we can certainly help you, I'm sure.
Right. And then I'm sure like the social handles, like Instagram, Facebook, Sitting Pretty Intimates, if they search that, they'll find it.
Everything. Yeah. We are on everything known to man.
You gotta be. These days you have to be.
Well, because we carry things for every age group.
Okay.
So that is, it's important. And I feel like all the social platforms are kind of a little bit age related. I'm in my 40s, so I gravitate more towards Facebook.
Right.
But, the younger generation is definitely more Instagram, TikTok.
Yep.
I'm even on Pinterest, and we have, you can write a Google review about us.
There you go.
So
excellent. All right, so that was amazing. I'll make sure that I put the address, the website, the social handles, all in the show notes for the people that are listening. I'll also put the greetingsfromthegardenstate.com and greetingsfromthegardenstate@gmail.com, the website and email address of the show. If you want to connect with me to get to Christine, I don't know why you would want to do that, but you could. But awesome. So Christine, thank you so much for having me today. This was a great episode, a very unique episode. We've obviously haven't done something like this before.
Sure.
So this was great. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so happy to do this because I think the main thing is to really get the word out that, there is the service here like this. So yes. So thank you for having me.
Exactly. Thank you for coming on, and everybody else, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time. All I see, crowd of lights on me, yeah. It's only